Lots of bikes out. Warm weather's out. It almost got up to 70 today here. Springtime in Ohio. Everybody's getting out their toys, and I'm excited to be back out here. Been riding any opportunity that I can get. So today we got more adventures in store. As per usual, out on the monkey bike. We are in northeastern Ohio, specifically headed down south towards Canton. We got some more locations to go check out and take some photos. We're rocking the XT-50 again, although this time I brought a different lens. We're running this is a 16 to 50 millimeter 2.8 lens. I like the prime that I was using in the previous two videos. The other videos I was using a fixed 27 millimeter prime lens, which means it's fixed. It doesn't have any zoom. And I like the simplicity of that, especially for run and gun. The beauty of that lens is that it's really small, so for carrying it around every day, which is what I do, it's really nice. But when you're on the monkey bike, it actually is nice to have a little bit of zoom to get some flexibility. All these young kids that I just passed, they all want me to do wheelies all the time. I'm not doing a wheelie. You freaking do a wheelie, you kid. So the Hoover building that we explored in the last video is way up behind me in the small town of North Canton. We're headed now to proper Canton, which is kind of more of the bigger, quote unquote bigger, compared to a normal big city. It's not that big. But back in the day, Canton was one of the hubs. It was kind of Canton, Akron, and Cleveland over here in the northeast side of Ohio. And Canton is probably the smallest of the three, but it's still a cool little city, and it's got some cool history. It's like a lot of cities over on this side of the country. It's a bit run down, showing some age a bit, but there's some nice parts of it too that have been revitalized. And I like the history personally, whether it's run down or revitalized. It's all pretty good. Ran into my buddy Eric today. He was out on the Grom. I took a few photos, but he just picked up the 2025. He's an awesome guy, and him and I have a lot of history. I'm sure that he will be popping up on this channel in the future. But yeah, like I said, he just bought a 2025 Grom, and he's been logging some serious miles on that thing. And so it was the first time we linked up since he got the Grom. He rode my monkey last summer, and I think it left an impression on him. But he has a channel too that he's been doing some mini moto stuff as well. We've all kind of been getting super excited about mini motos, about riding. He's also a really good videographer, storyteller. He's just an all-around cool guy. So I'll leave his channel down in the description below. I believe his channel's name is Cup and Clutch. So make sure you check him out. I think he's on all the socials. So the place that we're going is a historic monument. Specifically, it's called the Mckinley Monument. It's a memorial monument, I believe, for William McKinley, which I think was the 25th president. Leave a comment down below if I'm right or wrong. So we're gonna go check it out and see if there's any cool photo ops. Take some snaps. Gotta keep my head on a swivel for freaking giant Ohio potholes this time of year after the winter. Here, see this? Some serious pothole stuff. They'll swallow you alive, especially with this little monkey. It only has 12-inch wheels. And so I've already learned the hard way that it does not go over holes very well. Instead, it doesn't ride over them, it rides inside of them. We got more riders out, looking good. Dude's not riding with a helmet. Hey man, whatever. Alright, we're looking for 7th Street here. I think it's the next one. We got a police officer here. Hello, officer. Some cool artwork over there. Alright, now we're back on track towards the monument, I'm pretty sure. See if this officer does anything. I'm sure down here in Canton he probably has bigger fish to fry. But I have been pulled over by an officer before on the monkey bike because they don't think it's street legal because it just looks so goofy. But I'm pretty sure everything's I got my tags up to date and everything, so I think we're good. All right, here we are. So yeah, this is it. This is where we were headed. It was the McKinley Presidential Library and Museum and the monument here. Okay, switching it into manual. So yeah, I believe this was built over 100 years ago. I think it was like 1907. McKinley was assassinated. I think in the very early 1900s. I think like 1901 or so. You guys quote me on this history. If I'm getting this wrong, let me know. Get the monkey bike here. I got a car coming behind me, but that's okay. But yeah, this little grass area in front of the monument is if you look at it from an aerial perspective, it looks like a big giant sword. It's pretty cool, and it's a pretty super impressive monument built on this giant man-made earth mound. And it has a ton of history, and I believe he's buried in there too with his family. But honestly, the monument, I've never actually went in the museum or the monument. I've just kind of been around it. It's a cool place to hang out. But around here is what I like to come check out. There's just a lot of cool, really old stuff around here. Like for example, like this bridge right here and this stonework with all these old sandstone blocks. I think that's sandstone. But look at this. Super cool stuff that you don't normally see. Just imagine what this looked like when it was brand new. And the amount of effort it took to put these rocks in here 100 years ago. And the fact that they're still all here, pretty much intact. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's keep it rolling. So this is a pretty big park here. And it kind of runs along this river. Look at these geesey boys. Pretty cool. What's up, geese? Walking on water. I think we got a birthday party over here. It's a good night for it. There's the big monument up there. Pretty cool sight. Hello. Oh man, whatever they're cooking smells good. More cool waterfalls over there. There's old stuff and new stuff. There's an old little hut right there, made out of blocks. And down here is one of my favorite things. Oh, what are they doing to it? Yeah, over here, oh, they're building a bridge, cool. This right here is an old groundskeeper's house. So I think like once the monument was built and completed in 1907, this old building, which if you get close to, it's probably hard to tell from the GoPro, but it's like a seriously constructed building, house type deal. And it's bigger than it probably looks on camera too. But this was supposedly where the groundskeepers lived that took care of the monument. And it's got this cool architecture to it with the slate roof. It's like I said, it's pretty big. I actually adventured over here a couple years ago, and it was actually really overgrown, covered in trees and everything. And I went up and I did some exploring to see if I can dig up that footage. I don't know how safe it is back here. I don't even know if you're allowed to come back here. There's no signs or fence, but it's just a really cool looking building. So my curiosity got the best of me. I talked to an old guy who was on the other side of the river. Said he used to run at this park like 20 years ago, and he seemed to think that this building is the McKinley's guest house from back in the day, and then it was also used to keep the groundskeeper's equipment for keeping the park. Says there's video cameras, but I'm not here to do anything bad. I just want to check it out. Little spooky, not gonna lie about it. Oh hey, groundhog. It's really cool though. I'm glad that I came and checked this out. I don't know the history of the McKinleys. I know there's a McKinley Monument, but look at this gate alone is really cool. Here's the front, or this is the side facing the river. It's a little spookier on the back side. Check out this door still opens very smoothly. So yeah, I'll have to come back down here and see what they do with it. Hopefully, I'm hoping they put a bridge so you can like go over there and check it out. Let's keep it rolling here. Just lots of really cool stonework, and a lot of time, almost every time I come down here, I find something new. The geese have been out in full effect recently. Some more riders. What well, that was fun. Maybe we'll have to come back here sometime. Leave a comment down below if you want to see something like that. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Stick around. I'm not done riding tonight, so next video, we're gonna go check out downtown Canton here. But yeah, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. Making ride-alongs like this, doing some photography, doing some riding. It's just a fun little outlet for me. So until the next one, we'll see you later.